Hello dear students, welcome to English class. In this video, we are going to learn a new chapter from your supplementary reader, that is chapter 2, Bringing Up Curry. The story Bringing Up Curry takes us through the life of the narrator who has a baby elephant named Curry. The boy grows together with Curry and through the story narrates his experiences with Curry. So dear students, let us find out the narrator's experiences with the baby elephant named Curry.
The chapter starts with the introduction of Curry and the boy who took care of him. The elephant was 5 months old when the 9-year-old boy got him. Initially, the boy used to reach his back only if he stood on toes. As both of them grew together, he never realized how tall he was. The elephant lived in a pavilion. A thatched roof rested on the tree stumps. Curry didn't eat much, but 40 pounds of twigs a day was essential for him to chew and play. The boy used to take him to the river for a daily bath, and Curry made the best use of this time, playing and lying in the water. He loved when the little boy rubbed his hand on his back. On coming out, he would squeal with pleasure. After the bath, the author would leave him on the edge of the jungle. He would himself go into the forest to get some twigs for the elephant's dinner. It took a long time. First, the author would sharpen his hatchet, which took almost half an hour. Then the author had to climb trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs for the elephant. Doing all this naturally took a long time. Curry and the author were good friends, but Curry once pushed him into the stream. It was to save the life of a boy. So one day in March, as the boy was picking young branches of a banyan tree, he heard the elephant calling him. At first, the boy thought that somebody was hurting Curry, but when he came running to the edge of the forest, there was no sign of the elephant. As he looked around, he saw something black struggling in the river. It was the trunk of the elephant and looked like Curry was drowning. Of course, the boy could not do anything to save 400 pounds of elephant. However, when Curry caught sight of the boy, he started trumpeting and came to the shore. The elephant pushed the author into the river. The author saw a boy lying on the bottom of the river. He dived and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. However, the author was not a good swimmer, so he could not come ashore. The current began to drag him down. Curry saw it. He came fast into the water. The author caught his trunk. He pulled both the author and the boy ashore. Thus, Curry was able to save the life of a boy. Curry was a baby elephant who needed to be trained to be good and told that he was naughty. In failing to do, he can get mischievous than ever. The boy has shared an experience to explain this. When Curry tasted bananas for the first time, it soon led to his fondness for the fruit. When he developed a taste for bananas, he began to steal them. Large plates of fruits were kept on the table in the dining room, and Curry would put his trunk through the window to the bananas. In one attempt, he would take them all. He would then quietly go to his pavilion. There, he ate the bananas at peace without being seen. Initially, the family blamed the servants and then the boy for eating all the fruits. The kid even saw smashed fruits in the pavilion. Next day, when the boy was wondering if he should take some fruits without his parents' permission, he saw a snake-like thing sneaking through the window and taking all the bananas. He was frightened at first and then came out of the house. He saw Curry going back to the pavilion, and after following him, the boy found him eating bananas. As the boy realized the real thief, he pulled his ears and told his parents the truth about who has been eating the fruits all these days. The little kid scolded the elephant, who knew how angry everyone was, including the servants. After that, he never stole anything, and if anybody would give him fruit to eat, he would thank him squealing. There is one habit of elephants. They would accept the punishment when they are wrong. However, when punished unreasonably, they would remember it and avenge it soon. The next section of the chapter discusses how to train an elephant and the time they take to master the signs and instructions. They are taught signs when they have to walk, move fast, sit down, and go slow. The training is the same as you teach a child. For example, Dad is assigned to sit down, and Mali, along with pulling the trunk, is assigned to walk. Talking about Curry, he learned Mali within 3 lessons but took 3 weeks for Dad. It is important that they learn to sit down, as they grow too fast and soon become taller than their caretakers, who have to use a ladder to reach their back. Amongst all other things, the toughest is the master call, as elephants even take 5 years to finally answer it. It is a weird hissing and howling sound. It is important to make the sound in their ears. Once they learn to identify a master call, they can rescue you from a dark jungle. You simply need to give your master call, and the elephant will pull the trees down using his trunk. With trees crashing, other animals will be scared, and the elephant will bring down the next tree and then the next, finally making a path for you to walk through the jungle safely to your house.
So, dear students, I hope you understood this chapter. Thank you for watching.